Hello and welcome to Dingoes Ate My Podcast. I'm Paul,
And I'm Dave.
and this week we're discussing the season 1 finale of Angel to Shanshu in LA. This episode originally aired May 23rd, 2000, attracting approximately 4.52 million viewers. So, Dave, before we get into the episode, what was the number one movie in America this week?
Hmm.
I'll give you a
Again,
hint.
with the one from last week, it probably wasn't going to sit around that long.
I'll give you a.
Hmm.
I'm going to give you two hints. One, it's from, um, it's an adaptation of a TV series. Two, it's a movie franchise that is still going today.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's one from a TV series. Hmm. Me not being too knowledgeable with TV series, nothing immediately comes to mind. Hmm. Or anything that supposedly comes up into a movie. I'm blanking.
Okay, it's a little film called Mission Impossible 2.
Okay, the Mystical Impossible series.
Yes,
No, that's definitely true.
yes. Number one song in America. I'm not even going to bother asking you because it's still Maria Maria featuring by Santana featuring the product GNB. We'll just move right past that.
Because of course it is.
Alrighty, now for video games. So I'm only going to cover up until June 1st, and then in the next episode, we'll cover what happened in the summer. So,
Mm.
the day after this episode aired, there was a fairly, how do I put this, notorious game that was released on May 24th. Do you have any idea what that might be, Dave? It was a PC game, so I wouldn't 100% expect you to.
Again, with you saying notorious,
Yes.
for the time or now notorious
Um,
nowadays for what it is?
Especially for the time, but I think I
Mm.
would say a lot of people still know about how this was like a massive like fuck up.
Hmm. There's a lot, but there are a lot more recent, so I'm not exactly sure what it would be.
Okay. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with the game. Have you ever heard of a game called Daikatana?
Oh dear God. Oh dear God.
Have you ever
Like I only know it by name and what it did, but oh Jesus.
Yes, so for those of you who aren't familiar, Daikatana was the how do I put this? I guess the creative vision of John Romero, who, in all fairness, had made a bunch of good games before this. Wolfenstein 3D, Doom, Quake. He might have had a hand in Doom 2, if memory serves. I'm not 100% sure. But he had made a bunch of great games. Basically spun off his own company and made Daikatana. And Daikatana is notoriously terrible.
Yeah. Supposedly it was cases of he was trying to make it his supposed magnum opus. Like, oh man, here's Daikatana for all the famousness.
Yeah, no. So the thing with Daikatana was it was announced. Oh, it was announced like well before the game came out. I want to say it was announced in like
Okay.
'95, and then it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna put out in like '96 or '97, and then it kept getting delayed because John Romero was like, oh no, I want to switch to this new engine now. And they're like, oh no, well, they finish half the game, and he'd be like, well no, we got to go to this new one because it looks better. There's a bunch of shit like that happening.
Yeah, a marvelous case of, oh man, we need to have this be as great as possible, and them just not actually making a game.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. There's one other game I'm
Uh,
gonna talk about briefly. May 28th. Uh, I, I wouldn't expect you to be familiar with this one. Game called Bomberman 64: The Second Attack.
Wait, I'm somewhat familiar, but I'm not sure if it's the one or the other. Because I know that one is famous, and the other one is the other one that's off to the side, like it's a Bomberman game, but it's not the Bomberman game.
Um, I would argue that neither of the N64 ones are the Bomberman game. Both of the N64 ones are kind of middling. Like, they're fine, but they're
Yeah,
not great.
yeah, understandable.
I mean, yeah, I feel like there are better versions of Bomberman out there. Anyway, let's move on to
Hmm.
the episode. Okay, let's go through this. So, Wesley continues to try to decipher the prophecies of Abergian, part of which is the Shanshu prophecy, which he deciphers. When he deciphers the crucial word Shanshu as death, he surmises that Angel will die. The lawyers at Wolfram and Hart call forth a warrior of the underworld named Vaka to perform a raising. Vaka learns that the scroll containing the prophecy is in Angel's possession and sets off to retrieve it. Cordelia has a vision that sends Angel on his way to help a homeless woman fighting a slime demon. Kate arrives on the scene after Angel has defeated it and declares that she is determined to rid the city of vampires. The next morning, Wesley and Cordelia discuss Angel's ability to change and grow, and Cordelia decides he needs a hobby. Vaka, after killing the
Yeah, yeah.
Vaka, after killing the oracles of the powers that be, follows Cordelia and basically, uh, you know how Cordelia has those visions? Well, now she's having them for everybody in the city who's in trouble. So she basically collapses to the ground in agony because she's getting constant visions. Angel reads up on the scroll.
You know, having her ability that was set at 1 and turning it up to 75.
It's gone Magna. Angel reads on the scrolls while the cloaked figure makes his way into the apartment. Angel locks the scroll away and then leaves after getting the call about Cordelia. At the hospital, Cordelia is suffering, and the doctors are unable to help her. Angel is horrified by what is happening to his friend. Wesley returns to the apartment just in time to see a bomb was left in place of the scroll. Angel approaches the office building just as it explodes in a fiery blaze. Angel searches through the wreckages and finds.
Because in any of those circumstances, that's exactly when the bomb goes off. It's just like, finally hope.
And finds that Wesley is still alive but badly hurt. Kate confronts Angel, but with his friends in serious condition, he refuses to take any of her hostile attitude toward him and goes with Wesley to the hospital. Angel goes to see Cordelia, now in a catatonic state. He then notices a symbol on Cordelia's hand and goes to the oracles for help. He finds them dead, but the spirit of the female oracle gives him instruction. He needs the scroll, specifically the words of Anatole, to save Cordelia. She points him in the direction of Wolfram and Hart, refusing to leave his friends unprotected again. He asks Gunn to stand guard at the hospital while he goes to hunt Vaka. Vaka reads the scrolls while sacrificing 5 vampires that are chained to a large cage, rather. Angel watches as the Wolfram and Hart lawyers leave to attend the raising ritual. Angel crashes the party and goes into a battle with Vaka. Lindsay picks up where Vaka left and continues the ritual. His chanting kills the 5 vampires chained to the cage, and then Holland orders the cage removed. In the end, Angel kills Vaka and then faces Lindsay for the scroll. Lindsay tells Angel that the key to defeating the vampire with a soul is to cut off his connections to the powers that be and starts to burn the scroll. However, rather than let Cordelia's only hope burn, Angel cuts off Lindsay's right hand and retrieves the scroll. Wesley reads the words of Anatole, and Cordelia is released from Vaka's curse. After seeing so many visions, Cordelia realizes how many people out there need their help, and she and Angel vow to help them. At her apartment and temporary headquarters for Angel investigations, at least until episode 2 of season 2, Cordelia feeds Wesley and Angel. Showing them her new, kinder side, Wesley discovers that the prophecy means that Angel will become human once he has fulfilled his duties. The lawyers go to check on the cage, and Lila looks inside, revealing a terrified Darla. Alrighty, what did you think of this episode?
So this was definitely higher end for most of the things. Like, was mildly surprised that things were kind of coming to the season finale of the first season, but it pretty much got through the entire episode building enough of the stuff that was going on. Again, with raising the particular demon that they supposedly needed, and oh man, this demon, he got the stuff done. He knew what needed to be done, and with anyone coming to him being like, oh, we could help with that, he's like, no, I'm taking care of this. And oh man, he took care of the business with Curse and Cordelia bombing their place and all the other stuff from there. I think his only one mistake that he made, he left the bloody scythe, which conveniently was enough to help out with the battle. But if Angel never got that scythe, he probably would have lost the scroll, and then he just would have been completely fucked.
Yeah, the cause pretty great, and it's a cool design too. Like the makeup and everything is really cool.
That stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I quite enjoy his look. It's good. And yeah, he's a total badass in this. Like he's like, no, I'm not putting up with any of this bullshit. I'm gonna just kill what I need to kill and do what I need to do. It's great.
And then, of course, the fact that she's back, just the F word for many long hours. Just all ooh, the chaos is going to be happening, I'm sure.
Yeah, things are gonna get well, they're gonna get to somewhere. Anyway, let's do a quick look at some international titles. So I have to say, neither of them are terribly good this week. In French, it translates as the manuscript.
Again, important, it kind of meshes with everything, but yeah, it's just an item. It could have been more.
Yeah, and in German, it translates as duel with evil.
Again, but yeah, it doesn't quite have that decent of a punch.
No, it's not terribly good, unfortunately. I do have some good news though, Dave. Next week we're going to be starting season 2, and season 2 is going to start with a friggin' bang.
I would not be surprised. This one ended with an explosion. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to start with something crazy on the start of it.
Okay, without spoiling too much, and without. Well, okay, so this isn't going to mean anything to you, but it's going to mean anything to people who are fans of the show. We get Lauren, we get Lauren, we get Lauren, we get Lauren.
Duly
Lauren
noted.
makes his first appearance, and it's going to be good. Anyway.
Again, duly noted.
A vision from Cordelia is going to send Angel on a mission where he erroneously kills the demonic protector of a pregnant woman named Jo, who's being hunted by evil bounty hunters. She must face the mysterious tribunal in order to live through the night, and Angel basically has to help her. So yeah, Angel's going to have to be somebody's champion, and we're going to get some stuff with Gunn and some Wolfram and Hart nonsense as well. And obviously, we're going to get some Darla things as well.
Oh boy.
Oh, and technically we're going to get an appearance by Faith.
She got out of prison?
I never said that. No, Angel's going to visit her in prison.
Ah, okay.
Alrighty. So, until next week, I've been Paul.
And I've been Dave.